Hey guys, welcome back for another video. First of all, congratulations to NewAir for 25 years in business. That is a huge milestone, something they should be very proud of. And as such, they've come out with this to celebrate, among other things I'm sure, the 25th anniversary limited edition 100 can, we'll get to that in a second, beverage cooler. This is a modern design for sure. They have updated this. What used to be a very plain, basic, dated type beverage cooler design and thrown in some of the features from their latest humidors. Now, first of all, this is a normal, old school compressor unit. It's not a wine cooler, it's not thermoelectric. No, you cannot use it for cigars, hence why this video is on guy stuff and not cigar obsession. It is strictly a refrigerator, specifically for cans of whatever, but it's just a refrigerator, so you can use it however you like. Overall dimensions are about the size of the typical dorm refrigerator, but interior-wise, there's more space because where the standard refrigerators will have the mechanisms all up and down the back, this puts everything right down in the bottom corner. So you end up with extra depth for all the shelves all the way up. You get more interior space. Now, because it is an old school compressor design, you need clearance. You cannot build this into a cabinet or anything like that. You need several inches, and I'm telling you, my face is feeling the heat from this just coming off the side, and it is really warm all the way around. You need several inches of clearance on the top, sides, and especially the back for air circulation, because that's how it works. It takes the heat from the inside and it pumps it outside. It's also indoor only, like virtually everything out there. You can't stick this in your hot garage. You also don't want it in an area where the temperatures are fluctuating a lot. It's certainly more forgiving in that regard than any of the thermoelectric units because it is a beefy compressor type refrigerator, but you still want it normal indoor temps. It's okay if you have it inside and you air condition it during the day and not at night. That stuff's totally fine. But what you don't want to do is put it in a room that maybe has a 40-degree swing. You're gonna have a bad time. So just think of it as normal, indoor only, made to go on top of a desk, underneath a desk, that kind of thing. It's 49, 50 pounds, somewhere right around there. I think the shipping weight was like 52 pounds, but there was a lot of shipping material, so it's probably in the 40s. Not heavy at all, totally easy to move around. You've got a nice magnetic door. You do have a handle, but you don't need it. You can just use the flap there. What we have is a series of shelves and a non-movable partition down here. Okay, elephant in the room, it is not a 100 can unit. Well, okay, maybe in China, can sizes are a standard 8 ounces. If that's the case, yes, it's a 100 can unit. Here in the US, and probably where you are if you're watching this, standard can size is 12 ounces. Now I've got 48 in here right now. If you jam pack this thing full, and you wouldn't even be able to fully use it if you did, you're getting 60 tops. That's it. There's not much else to say about that. The shelves here do slide in and out. You can reposition them. There are built-in slots here if you want to just remove them or put them in different configurations. So maybe you want it for your sandwiches or something. You can certainly do that. And you can see that by default, the top shelf position up here is half height. So you can lay the cans down, but you can't stand them up. We do have a light in here, if you can't tell, and it's a nice 4 LED light. It's a manual switch right here on the side, so there's no electronic function. This is not a smart unit. There's no electronic controls whatsoever. You plug it in and it's running, okay? Now that's good in that it's simple and it just works, but it's bad if you're in an area where the power flickers a lot, because without electronics to restart the compressor with a delay, you can burn out the compressor. So if the power's flickering, it's exactly like you're doing this to the cord in the wall. So on the bottom, we've got some plastic leveling feet. They just screw in and out. Easy peasy, simple there. Down in the bottom, I'm not really sure what the standard configuration would be. You could lay your cans up like this. You could lay them down, have them flop around. Your guess is as good as mine what the best way to use that compartment would be, but you can see that you get maybe 8 or 10 in there. That's about it down in the bottom. And this by default is kind of locked in. You can just pry this off and it'll come out of the holes and remove that if you don't want this brace there. We also have this on top, this little plastic cover. If you want, you can flip the door around. By default, mine came here opening to the right, and you can just put the hinge on the other side, pop it over on the other side of the door, and then it flips the other way. There's, like I said, no electronics in the door whatsoever. It's just a magnet strip and a clear piece of glass, and that is about it. It's actually very quiet, on par with any modern small refrigerator, but there's no cycling noise, there's no clunking noise, just a little bit of a glass-like hum, and that's about it. It was packed very well, but it did sustain some shipping damage. I've got a tiny dent on top. That's about it. It wasn't double boxed, but it did have some cardboard bracing. The styrofoam around it was broken, so something obviously landed on top of the shipping box. Surprisingly, there wasn't any exterior damage. It just kind of transferred to the inside, so definitely check it out. I would like to see a little bit better packaging, at least a double box. For something this size, especially with glass, yeah, that's not too expensive. Larger units, I can see not doing that, especially if it's coming in a crate, but this just came in a normal cardboard box. Got a little decal on the bottom here. If you don't want that, you can just take it off with some dental floss. And it's actually a little bit crooked now that I look at it. I'm looking at the line of the black outline here in this. It's obviously applied by hand, but if you want to correct that, it's just double-sided tape. Other than that, that's about all there is to it. If you're interested in this or any of the other NewAir products, I do have a discount code down below, and you can save yourself a little bit of cash on this if you're looking to purchase one. So size-wise, this is what you get, about 60 cans worth of whatever you want to put in it, movable or removable shelves, and nice, quiet, simple operation. If that's what you're looking for, it's not expensive. See you next time.